Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I'm sure by now you could tell by the title of this video is about me catching my personal best bass, which means the biggest, heaviest largemouth bass I've ever caught, because I've still never caught a smallmouth. Yeah, and yes, I'm wearing sunglasses inside. And if you're wondering why, I'm not going to explain it right now, but if you do want an explanation, I could do that on another video, but it was actually Street Speed 717's. He made a good point about wearing sunglasses all the time because he tends to wear them at night when he makes his videos all the time. I thought it was a good idea, and I'm going to use that idea also, but he gets full credit. Not that gets me anything anyway. Anyway, this video, like I said, is about me catching my personal best bass, and that happened about so the first weekend of September. Right now we are in the third week of October, and I still didn't get this part of the video done because I needed to explain what was going to happen. So now I'm here explaining what happened, and I would like to start off by saying it was a rough weekend. I was up there, I was upstate New York, 3 days, and I caught nothing the first night. I went fishing at night, topwater at night, nothing, well, not actual night, like evening. Nothing, no blow-ups, nothing at all. Didn't even see anything, busting. Then the next day would be a Saturday, and I went in the morning. I got a bite from a pickerel, which you will see in the video right about when I'm done saying that I lost it, so right about now.
No! I just lost another pickerel. Yo, it's not right. I can't keep losing the pickerel.
And then from there, you get the next morning, Sunday morning. Now this morning we were leaving, and at this point I was kind of discouraged and thought that I wouldn't end up actually catching anything. Little did I know it would be totally worth it to not catch that pickerel and to not catch any fish until this moment here.
It's a toad. Oh my god. He's pulling my drag so hard. Alright, this is my PB right here. Alright guys, let me tell you, that fish was crazy. That fish was I know it's not here, but I'm just letting you know, it was 4 pounds. 4.87. 4-pounder on a spinnerbait that I've only thrown 3 times maybe. And I was really discouraged at this place. I wasn't getting anything. So then I let the spinnerbait fall a little deeper. And then all of a sudden it's like I was pulling through a lot of weeds. Pulling through all those weeds, all of a sudden I set the hook. That thing went crazy instantly. The hook set pulled drag, then him trying to swim pulled drag, and it was pretty sketchy too, especially since the hook set was in the bottom lip. It was pretty rough. But it was right out there in this little cove, but he was down deep there, and it was crazy. He didn't even need the trailer hook. He had the main hook here. He just absolutely inhaled it. He took all the red paint off the hook. This is the spinnerbait I caught it on. 4.87. He was pulling drag the whole time. That's crazy. Best fish I've ever caught. I haven't caught a fish in the 3 days I was here. Finally I hooked up with one. I know it's a little mediocre video, but you know what? It's catching my PB, so it's good news. Good news.
Which I would be leaving probably half hour after I caught this fish. Yeah, I caught it on a spinnerbait right here. It wasn't this exact one. You can't see it like that. It wasn't this exact one, but it was a Northland tackle reed runner. And yeah. Funny story how I lost that one. It actually cast it off, but the original one I caught it on was white, and it had a white and yellow skirt. I think it was white on top, yellow on the bottom, or mixed in, whatever. I added the trailer hook. Yes, the one I caught it on had a trailer hook too. He did get the main hook. Actually, he got both hooks, but he got the main hook too. Did I mention I don't like these sunglasses? I'm going to change them now. Alright, here we go. With my fishing sunglasses now. Very good sunglasses, very good deal on them. Anyway, this was the spinnerbait, and it's a very special spinnerbait to me now because I never really caught any fish on a spinnerbait, and then I just tossed this over there and I caught a fish with it. What happened is that basically I wasn't catching anything fishing along the banks or fishing swim baits, which I mostly fished swim baits. Didn't work, so I threw this in. I'd say 4 to 6 feet. I let it go down and I slow rolled it back, and then all of a sudden it like hit a wall. I set the hook, the drag pulled. I started reeling it in and he was pulling drag, and it was just amazing. And I knew as soon as I saw him that it was a big fish. And the rod and reel I used was an Abu Garcia Pro Max. Fail. Oh, well. You can see the name anyway, even though the rod stock's not completely off. Abu Garcia Pro Max, and this Abu Garcia Pro Max reel is really the star of the show here. The rod just came with the combo. Yeah, so it is a 7-foot medium heavy and 8-bearing reel. It did its job great. 10-pound mono, not my favorite mono for sure. I'll do a rant on that in a video where I review the mono. But if you're thinking about Stren mono, don't get it. Anyway, this was the rod, this was the reel, and my previous PB was actually not on film, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the hook set for this wasn't on film either, because it was very discouraged and I didn't want to eat up the battery for nothing. So when I set the hook, I then pressed record. So you get the rest of the catch and whatever happened after, which also needs a lot of explaining because for whatever reason I wasn't actually talking to you guys during this video, which is, you know, a big mistake on my part, especially once this happened. But I just wasn't talking you guys through it, so I have to do this now. So I think that's all for the rod and reel. I slow rolled it deep, like I said, with the spinnerbait. And then, let me see, what else? Well then, oh yes, of course, I proceeded to take the fish from where I caught it, because I forgot to bring the scale with me. And before I went to the fishing, like, we brought ATVs there, and ATVs had all the stuff on them, like my scale and everything, and I figured, you know, I should bring the scale with me. I decided yes in my mind, but I didn't actually do it, because I guess I just wanted to keep fishing before we left, and I forgot about it. But anyway, that meant that I caught that fish, and I had to run probably 200 feet, 300 feet, probably like 300 feet with the fish in my hand. I needed to get everything done as quick as possible because I was very concerned with making sure that the fish lived after I caught it. So I got it all done, finished with probably, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes at the most from getting it on land, unhooking it, running it. I mean, because I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty quick, but I didn't sprint with the fish. I didn't want to shake it up too bad. So I kind of did a light jog, and I wasn't holding him too tight. He didn't fall. He was all good. I made it to the ATVs. I weighed him, and he was just huge. That's all I could say. It was almost 5 pounds, and it made everything totally worth it. Took pictures, and I got it back in the water as soon as I could, so I didn't run it back to 300 feet. I just went over to the side near the ATVs where there was still the lake, and I put it in the water over there. I arrived it, went off perfectly good. There was little film garbage on the top of the water in that corner, but it was just whatever films on top of the lake. I mean, it's definitely a super clear lake, very natural. There are no shad in that lake, from my knowledge. So why a white and yellow spinnerbait worked, I don't know. But there are a lot of minnows, so maybe the flashing blades, you know. And just thinking to following a big fish too. I don't know. The lake had a lot of minnows in it. There was lots of stuff busting on minnows. So not catching the pickerel was very worth it, and I ended up with almost a 5 pound bass. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever of the video that there was and understood the explanation. And next time, for next time, I won't be discouraged, and I'll make sure I am always, there's a fly, and make sure I am always ready to go. The fly is still here. Next time that I'm having a rough time, I'll make sure that I have the camera on anyway, as long as I have a substantial battery supply. If I have one battery left, I'm going to save it like I did this time. But I guess I'll always be ready to go from now on. The first PB, I came back from a full filming weekend. So everything was full, SD cards, batteries are dead, it just wasn't ready to go. That's my excuse for the first one. The second one, I did better on, I'd say. And I'm sure there'll be many more PBs to come in my fishing future. And there'll be another video like this when I catch a smallmouth, whenever that'll happen. But that will be narrated in the actual video, and I shouldn't have to do one of these things where I have to break up the setting and everything. But yeah, it was also a very vegetated lake, if you were wondering. And if you stayed with me this far in the video to hear that the lake was vegetated, probably should have mentioned it earlier. But I didn't. I mentioned it was clear though. Alright, rambling. I believe that is it. If you guys have any questions about this fish in the video, well, if you have any questions about the fish that we're here talking about, leave those in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It's the little icon somewhere, probably going to point the wrong way, so I have to point both sides. It says subscribe, you really can't miss it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.